I'm gonna yawn through the intro. Okay.
Wow, this intro's kind of long.
You're the one who made the intro.
Yep, I sure did. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Final Checkpoint. This is episode 54. Each week, we react to some video game news and games that we're playing, or talk about games that we're playing. Man, I am so...
Wow.
It's been a long ass...
Crushing it.
You know what? The week was very, very long, and today was very long. My name is Joel.
And I'm Ben.
Oh, Ben, let me tell you, you can find us here. Oh my God, I'm so dead. Okay,
Where are we?
I don't know. You can find new and old episodes of this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and thegamefanatics.com. You can also find us recording live on Sundays, 8 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/loadlastcheckpoint. I'm just like dying because I spent the whole day. So a few weeks back, if you listened to like maybe 10, 15 episodes ago, not sure. I was helping build a pool. Okay. You might remember this. Went to my in-laws, helped them build a pool in their backyard. A windstorm kicked up and annihilated this pool because there wasn't enough time to fill it up with water. Well, after weeks of waiting, they received another pool. And today, with half the crew that we had last time, we built that pool all day in the hot ass sun. And so I melted all day and I'm just like dead. So with like about 10% brain capacity, I am here.
Great. So how does one build a pool?
So these are one of those like standing pools in the backyard, like the ones you see like in magazines and shit like that. And basically the way you do it, you have the bottom frame.
Yeah.
Then you have these, once you build the bottom frame, you have these poles that stick into these brackets that go around the pool.
Oh, it's like the white PVC pole type of thing.
Kind of, except this is all aluminum.
Sure, okay,
whatever. Doesn't sound super safe, but and then so once you have the brackets down and these you have this like, I don't know what type, it might be tin, it might be some other type of like linoleum around tin.
It's not Minecraft. We don't need to know exactly what metal it is.
Exactly. I don't know what it is anyways, but it's a liner that goes around into the railing of this frame that stands it up, which is the pool essentially, like the frame of it. That has brackets that go into. So it's a whole rigmarole.
How many people did it take to build this pool?
So it was about 5 of us.
Yeah, I feel like this should not take it that long for the 5 people.
Oh man. It took a good 4.5 hours.
That's too many people. That was the problem.
No, the problem is this shit is heavy. Like the actual like pool liner, and then you have to have people like hold the liner in while you secure the brackets on top to hold the pool liner in. And then so many screws to like clip in the brackets. It's just people just buy a slip and slide. Or just take a cold shower when it's hot.
You see that hose?
That's hose, it. You know.
There's your pool.
Now, if it were up to me, we would just stay inside with the AC on and just never go outside ever again.
Okay, it's fair.
Ever again.
I feel like you give me 4 hours, I'll make that pool. That's how I feel. I think I can do it. How big is it?
It's pretty big. I would say it's probably a good 30 feet wide.
Okay, that's considerably larger than I thought.
Yeah, it's a huge ass pool. Like, it probably at least comes up to like my shoulders. I'm about 5'8", so it's pretty deep.
Huh?
It's pretty deep. It's,
Alright.
if this was just like one of those kiddie pools you buy at fucking Walmart, that'd be different.
Well, that you just throw on the floor and
That
it works.
you throw on, yeah, you throw on the
It's
floor, you're
basically a
good.
big bucket. Like,
Yeah. I mean, even just parts of this thing, we had to wheel in with a dolly because they're so fucking heavy.
well, no wonder it took so long to get back to them. This is 700-pound metal contraption.
Exactly. No, actually, what happened is, so the first pool, like, the wind destroyed it. Then they ordered a second one, and it got delivered all the way from California, and it had missing parts. So they had to call and like scream at this poor guy on the phone, which was entertaining.
God.
It was entertaining. And then they had to, the new pool was on back order. So they had to wait. I mean, this was since like the weekend before July 4th. We've been waiting for this pool.
Couldn't they get just a different pool?
They're all sold out here. COVID has made people buy like everything out.
Everyone's an idiot.
Everything's sold out here.
I guess I can see a pool from my window because it's at my complex.
Right.
So.
Right, and we have passes to go to the Y over here, and my kids do swim lessons at the Y, and so and we can block out free time for like my kids that weren't in swim lessons to go swimming. So we were able to do that, but it's just like they've been waiting for this pool for a while so that we could just go and take them to go swimming, whatever. But yeah.
What a mess.
What a mess, man. And then like we had a shorter week because we had Labor Day last weekend, right? Or last Monday. But I feel like this shorter work week was long as hell. It was just such a long week.
You're a mess over there.
I'm a mess.
Oh.
But
not good.
I got a lot of good gaming in, which I'm excited to talk about later. A lot of cool news. But before that, Ben, what is going on with you?
What's going on with me?
Latest?
Not much. My computer works. I guess to update that.
Yeah, I wanted to hear about that.
So my computer works. If I tell it to restart, it doesn't restart. And then I can't get it to boot back up. So I just shut it off and then come back several hours later and then it works again. So I don't know what that exactly means.
It's concerning.
I think there's some sensor that's just sensing something that's not right.
Okay.
Because I spent hours on this and I don't know, man. I can come home from work, turn it on, play games, no problem, then turn it off, and then the next day come back to it and it works. So it doesn't really make any sense. I don't see any other issues. As long as it doesn't get worse, I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Because as far as I can tell, like I press the on button and it turns on. I just can't reboot it and do weird shit like that, which isn't even that weird. But I can't do anything else. Like if I'm going to turn this computer off, it is done for the day, ostensibly.
Yeah.
That's it. Whatever. It's stupid, and I don't really understand it. But I don't want to return the motherboard because I'm pretty sure it's a sensor on the motherboard. That'd be the issue. I don't want to do that just for an issue that isn't that, like, it works.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Do you have a warranty on your motherboard? Like, what if it gets worse?
But how could it get, like,
Oh.
I think I have a year, actually, to be fair. I think I have a year. I've had the computer a month. So if it gets worse, then yeah, I'll do it. But currently, it's fine.
Okay. All right. As long as you can play games.
Hey, it boots up. That's happy.
Right.
That's happy.
All right. Sounds good.
Silly little computer.
Cool. Well, Ben, we kind of got into some really good news, some crazy news last week with the Xbox Series S leaks.
Oh, yes, that was breaking as we were doing the show.
Breaking. Some dude with 2 first names breaking the news. I mean,
still don't like this guy.
Still don't like him.
And then people are like, "Oh yeah, Brad Sams did this or whatever."
Suddenly, everyone knew this guy. What is going on?
Suddenly, oh yeah, I know that guy. No one fucking knew this guy. You stop acting like you knew this guy.
Never heard anyone.
Man.
I've never heard his names out of anyone's mouth ever.
Either of them.
Ever.
Exactly. All of a sudden, it was like, oh yeah, I follow him on Twitter. You do? What?
What?
I don't know.
Suddenly people are claiming they'll take bullets for this guy. I'm like, what is going
Right?
on here?
All of a
What the
sudden,
fuck?
my favorite YouTuber is Brad Sams. Okay.
Anyway.
Make a better video, dude. Video sucked.
Oh gosh. That was so funny. So crazy news. I want to get right into this. There's a lot of news to talk about.
Sure.
I think most of what we're going to talk about today is going to be surrounding all this. So, Ben, let's get right into it. What is our topic of the show?
Our topic of the show is the surprise Series X and pre-order date and release date and prices and oh my gosh, it's everything. It's all over the place.
Ba-bam. I'm excited.
So, we got the Series S at $299, which we kind of already do.
Yep.
From Sir Sam's or whatever his name is. I would look it up if I cared. And
Brad
Series
Adams?
X is $499, which is about what we thought, right?
Mhm.
I think that was my prediction anyway. Like that's the price I thought it was going to be. These units are pretty similar, but not exactly the same.
Right.
Obviously, there is a significant teraflop difference with the S versus the X. They are billing the Series S as a 480p, or not 480p.
1440.
480p. Wow. They're
Man.
definitely not doing that. They're definitely not doing that.
Oh gosh.
As a 1440p. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of numbers. Machine instead of a 4K machine like the X. There are other differences. The CPU is a little slower. The GPU, obviously, not as terafloppy. The hard drive is half of what the X is, and there's no disk drive.
Right.
But it's a really cheap console, and I think if you get that in Game Pass, you're doing pretty good.
You're pretty set.
That's a great idea. So just to get a few more details out of the way, September 22nd is the pre-order date when they'll go live. I'll be pre-ordering an X, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I'll not pre-order everything, but I don't know if I'll buy them. I'll put it that way.
All right.
And it releases November 10th. And as several games pushed up their release date, I think, was it Yakuza and Assassin's Creed, maybe?
Okay.
There were a few games that just kind of said, oh, yeah, November, whatever. And then the 10th came out and it was, okay, we're the 10th now.
Okay, we
So
coming.
there's that.
Yeah.
And release date. So how do you feel about all this? We had half of this information last week.
Right. And to add with that, the all access pricing, 24 monthly payments, includes Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, 24 a month for the S, 34 a month for the X, and that's of course with qualifying credit. And that's got to be what, at a Microsoft store, right?
I think it's at a few other stores. I'd have to look it up, but I do remember someone saying like, yeah, you could do it at Target or what. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, it's at very least Microsoft stores, obviously.
So I think, I think a lot of it sounds great. The price on the Series X is awesome. I think the price on the S, incredible. The size of the memory or the hard drive on the S, awful for an all digital console. I think that the fact that Microsoft or Xbox played the leak off so well. They handled it so perfectly. They continue to make all the right moves, all the right decisions in the best way possible, in the most consumer-friendly way. That's the part that makes me really love them and root for them, is that they really do care about making it affordable and making it accessible for everybody. I think the hard drive is a problem. They want to, obviously it's upgradable with that. It's like, what is it? It's that weird, like,
expansion slot.
It's like this flash drive looking thing, which, it brings me back to the old days of the expansion packs on like the Nintendo 64 or having a memory card for like your PlayStation, like, which is kind of odd because it was nice to be able to just buy your own hard drive and hook it up to your console and back up that way. But with the new technology, that
Yeah,
could be why they are moving in this direction, because
it's definitely why.
we're not just moving, we're not just dealing with regular old memory. So not
New.
too bad as long as it's affordable and it's not like I'm spending $150 to buy an additional 200 gigs or something like that.
Well, I don't think it'll be that expensive, but it's not gonna be cheap. These drives are at least $100 for a terabyte, at least.
Yeah.
I think the one I bought, which is faster than the one that's in the X, that's why I bought it. Um, it was like 150
Yeah.
or something. And that's just a standard drive you put in your computer, not a proprietary expansion slot thing, which is obviously going to be more expensive. I think you could be looking at $150 for a terabyte, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, but it remains to be seen. People like to complain a lot about, well, there's no space. Like, you can delete stuff, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to have this. Plus, what you could do is use your old hard drive you had like plugged into your Xbox now, and you plug that into this and just back up the games onto that. You can't play them off of it, but then you don't have to re-download them. You can do that. They've already said that.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's
Yeah,
good to know.
so as long as the game is installed on that half a terabyte, you can run it. But the other stuff you just back up on the get a 2 terabyte whatever for $50 on a Black Friday deal. You're set with that. That I wouldn't be that worried,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I think for me, the Series S is perfect. I'm the type of person that doesn't need the Series X because I already know that primarily I'm most likely going to play on a PS5 because that's just my preference as far as like
Sure.
playing games.
In general. Yeah.
And even when I play, like I don't generally play a lot of third party games. When I do, it's the typical like NBA or if it is like Assassin's Creed, um I typically get it on PlayStation. That could change, but I'll mostly want to get a Series S because of the price point and the fact that it has Game Pass, because that's something I would share with my kids, because that's what we did with the all digital edition of the 1S is I got it because we share Game Pass together. I'm primarily going to take advantage of the Game Pass Ultimate for my PC while my kids, play Minecraft and stuff like that. It'll be nice to have the Series S take advantage of the newer generation technology when I do get the chance to play Halo Infinite, and whatever other games they have coming out
Yeah,
eventually,
whatever else.
um,
Hellblade 2.
Hellblade 2, and stuff like that, which is really cool because 500 gigs, to be honest, that's what I have on my PlayStation, and I do juggle games. I'm used to juggling games there. Um, and it does kind of suck. That part does suck, but I'm also not playing a billion games at once on my PlayStation. I'm playing primarily right now two. And I could just get rid of the other ones and put on something else that I'm going to play. So it's not that big a deal for people that
Yeah.
are looking to just get into the next generation of consoles at a really affordable price. I think it's like that price point is insane. It's so good.
It's a really good price.
Yeah. They hit it out of the
Yeah.
park. What are your
Right.
thoughts?
No. So the reason why I definitely picked the X is because I do buy Blu-rays and stuff, so I
Mhm.
do want that disc drive. Um, and I still have my Xbox One discs for several things. So if I want to upgrade, like I want to be able to actually put this game in. So I'll be getting that. And the other thing is I'm gonna give my current Xbox to my dad and take back my 360 so I can play Rock Band and Guitar Hero on it.
Oh, there you go.
Because I want that is worth $500 for me. Is
Yeah,
having
yeah.
this stupid 360. Ugh, there's like 7 Guitar Hero games I'm gonna play. I'm so excited.
I was also thinking too, like I only have one 4K TV in my house, so the idea of having a 4K console is like where I can get one that's 1440p, which is what my monitor is. Like that,
Hmm.
like that's where I was kind of like thinking about. It's like, 4K sounds great. How often do I drag my consoles downstairs and play on that TV. Like I did it with the Xbox One S because it does, play in 4K, or does HDR or whatever. But like to me, it's not as important as being able to get into the next generation of consoles at an affordable price, because I do want the PS5, I do want the series, the next series of Xbox, and I want to get an upgraded PC eventually. Like, so I want to be able to get into all those things, and eventually a new Switch at some point.
I know it's an expensive
And
year.
yeah, and I already know I'm typically like more leaning towards playing on PlayStation. So if I can still get into an Xbox at an affordable price like this, and it's still really a really good console minus the amount of hard drive space I'm getting, like it's still a win. It's a crazy ass win with how low that price is.
Right. This is what was it? During the PS3 generation, there was kind of the term of like, was it PS Wii or Wii 60, where it was, yeah, I have a 360 and I also have a Wii as kind of like for the exclusives. This is another situation where if you're a big PlayStation gamer, there is no reason for you not to just look at this Series S and Game Pass and go, yeah, okay, and just
Yeah.
play a shit ton of indie games. Like you're still playing everything that's big in air quotes on your PlayStation, but you get access to so much stuff on that S, and it's almost a secret Trojan horse because after 2 years of playing a cool indie game every month and checking out Gears and Halo, you're gonna love your Xbox all of a sudden, and you're gonna
Yeah.
want that X, and you're gonna be in that ecosystem. It's a brilliant move, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's especially for around the holidays, like that price for people that typically, you know, don't have console loyalty or like preference and just looking to get, Call of Duty and like Assassin's Creed game like third party games that are on everything like Destiny and things like that. Like they're gonna look at a price point like that and be like, oh, I can play all those games here, and it's way cheaper than all these other consoles. Um, and it's a new console. Like that's crazy. Like why would I not play it on here? Plus, I can get Game Pass and get all this stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, and if they sell that thing and it comes with 3 months of Game Pass
Oh,
to
dude,
keep
you're
you
in.
like through the holiday, man, that's
You're
gonna
in.
be killer.
You're in.
If only they had Halo.
Matt, can I pay extra to have them remove the EA Play Pass or whatever? 'Cause that'd be
And
great.
pay extra to have fewer things. Yeah, sure, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm excited that that's in there.
Yeah, I am. I
It's a
just
good
meant
deal.
all their old shit. Get rid of their old
There's
stuff.
some great games on there. Maybe someone will actually play Andromeda now. I don't know. Uh,
Man.
or Anthem. Anthem's on there. I'll play Anthem with you.
I already own it twice. I don't need it
That's
anymore.
because you're an idiot, though. Now you own it 3 times.
No!
Who's the moron now?
Stop
Still
haunting
you.
me. I had so much faith.
I don't know why.
I just wanted to believe, man.
Dude, I'm gonna find that video I made when they showed off Anthem the first time with that trailer and the guy like jumps off the cliff and they flies through the thing.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
made a video that was like, this is the fakest shit ever. I was like, oh, called that one. Called that one. I've never been prouder my whole life. This is great.
Yeah,
Really like it.
they're crushing it.
Totally into it. I cannot wait. I love the 10th. November 10th is good. I like it being closer than further away.
Yeah.
And that is uh under 2 months away. Yeah.
Yep. So now, moving on to the next, I guess,
Drum roll.
part of this conversation.
I don't know if you can hear that. It probably sounds
Oh
terrible.
no, I heard it. I heard it. It sounded good. Sounded good.
Great. Yeah, great. Thank you.
So with that price point, now it's, everyone obviously console wars, Microsoft versus Sony, they're always competing. With that price point and with coming out first with and setting the bar basically.
Right.
Everyone's looking at Sony. Obviously Sony has, a price point to beat if they can. If not, they have to kind of, do something extravagant to really, really, take the attention away from that. What are we looking at here? What Microsoft versus Sony is now looking like Microsoft is winning already with everything that they're doing here.
Well, I feel that way
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
but I don't think most people do. I think most people are still like, "Oh, that's neat. What's PlayStation?" They just look
Right,
over
right.
at PlayStation.
And I guess
Uh,
we can kind of combine these next two items because we've got Sony's
I
upcoming
think so.
showcase, right? It's Wednesday, September 16th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Um,
Bedtime for me. Yeah.
bedtime for you.
Yeah. Vampire.
I'll be like getting back from my lunch at work, so great timing. um, I mean, I think so. Xbox is gonna have all this great stuff, right? They got the pricing down, which is insane. That's what Sony had last time. Sony had $100 less on the price point, but they also had the games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Xbox has the price point. They have games because they have Game Pass, right?
Yes.
And Sony is we already know Sony has a few exclusives that people are looking forward to. They really need a good price point. I don't think they're going to beat $299,
No.
right?
No. There's no way. I mean, these consoles, because they're putting out two as well, is just the disc or no disc. Like that's the only difference. So, um, you're not gonna. There's no way you could eat it. I guess you could eat $200 loss per console
Yeah.
if you want to, but I don't know why you would. I
Right,
don't know why
right.
you would do that to yourself.
Now, I think they could do a few things. And I don't know if we could do like predictions. I think what they could do basically that would help them out big time. Come out with the digital edition of the PS5 at not $299, but maybe a price point that's higher with a terabyte drive, you know? Cuz
But they
at
don't even
least
have the PS5 doesn't have a terabyte drive.
what's it Oh, that's right. Isn't it
It's
like
like
8?
840 or
Yeah.
something.
Oh god, that's awful.
825, some weird
Well,
weird
what?
size.
They both come out with the 812?
I would imagine they come out with the same drive because like I said, this drive that's in the PS5 is expensive. That is I don't want to say cutting edge, but it's a very new product
Hmm.
that you don't find a lot of on the market with its speeds. So if you're going to say, "Oh, this is all digital and it has 2 terabytes," that's going to be more expensive
Oh, that's right cuz
than
yeah.
the other one. So,
Shoot, man.
like, I would more guess, if anything, they have less hard drive space, and maybe they could get it down to like 350. But I don't. I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I think these consoles are the same except for that drive, and we're looking at 450, 500, or I think maybe even 500, 550. But I don't know, because before this X price got announced, I was thinking 600 for the PS5. But
Yeah.
I think if you come out a week after and say 600, you look stupid.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah.
so I think them, and they obviously had this show ready to go. They were just waiting for something to happen, and they just clicked the button and announced that they're having this show.
Send it out.
I, yeah, like I think this coming so soon off the Xbox announcement means that it's $500 and the other console is 450.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be 400. I just it could be, and that'd be big. And maybe that's what they're doing. They look at it and go, we'll lose money on that one because we'll make it up in digital sales,
Yeah.
and it looks better if we have it be 400 instead of 450. But that drive's not expensive.
Right. At this
That
point, they got to be including PS Now with PS Plus, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I think at
I
this
don't
point,
see.
with Game Pass being such an insane deal, they have to start including it in the PS Plus subscription.
I guess, but I mean, technically, Game Pass doesn't include Xbox Live.
It isn't, but they need to make a move. They need to make PS Now look like an look like a better offering than a separate subscription. You need to show people that you have a library now and not something separate that is an afterthought.
I think I see where you're coming from, and I disagree only because they're doing so well without it. Then there's no reason for them to change their ways when they are receiving, you know, crazy sales on their consoles and all that. There's no reason for that. But I think they could take this opportunity. I don't think they will, but I think they could and probably should to kind of go over PlayStation Now again with
Yeah.
people and say, this is what it is. You can download PS4 games, you can stream PS3, 2, 1 games. We're looking into increasing the library and doing all this other stuff. It's going to be great. This is the new PlayStation Now, like kind of a relaunch
Yeah.
of the brand
Most of
to
you still
show it
have
off.
shit internet, so we're sorry. It's still
Yeah,
not
oh
going to
my
work
God.
great.
The PlayStation internet is egregiously bad. This is. Ugh, my Xbox is so much faster than my PS4. Just the Wi-Fi. It's crazy. Ugh. But
It's
no,
bad.
I think they need to relaunch it and talk about it because people bring up that point that a lot of these games are on PlayStation Now and just no one cares or knows
Yeah.
or anything. And like, I'm sure it is a good service, but the deal with Game Pass, right, is I go on my Xbox and I Game Pass is right there. I look at the game, I hit install, it installs, it puts itself right next to all the other games, and with a little Game Pass logo on it, which I love. That's an addition that I love, and I can see them all. That's my Game Pass games. Cool. I can start them right there. With PlayStation Now, it's like an app I boot up,
Oh
and then
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in there, and I have to find the game in there like a separate store almost. And this is when I used it 4 years ago, but still it doesn't. I don't think it adds a game to your dashboard. Maybe if you download it off PlayStation Now, but it's like that UI and everything. It needs a revamp.
The
I
UI's
want
bad.
them. It's not. Yeah, it's not good. And this could be a good opportunity to go over that because it is a good service. Apparently,
Yeah.
people say uh, to actually talk about it, actually show it off, start utilizing it as a pillar instead of just a thing you have that you never talk about.
I just think that they need to, I mean, yeah, if they come out, reintroduce it, I think it would be smart for them to include it in PlayStation Plus or maybe in some sort of deal or offering for, if, with the launch at least, if they're going to try to compete for holiday sales and stuff. I mean, parents are going to go buy these new consoles and they're going to ask, the dude at Walmart, "Hey, I'm looking to buy my kid an Xbox and Call of Duty," and they're going to look at the cheaper console right off the bat. And oh yeah, it comes with all these games. And it's like, "Oh, but he has a PlayStation right now." And they're going to say, "Oh yeah, it also comes with all these games." Or they're going to say, "No, this one it's just the PlayStation. It's more expensive.
Mm,
This one's the Xbox. It comes with all these games and it's cheaper." Like it's just it doesn't make it sound as appealing, unless like, unless they're more educated and they're like, "No, my son, he always plays on PlayStation. His friends are all on PlayStation. We already
right.
bought him the PS Plus thing for a year. He still has another 8 months. We're just gonna get that thing."
Yeah. I don't know. I think the PlayStation is still gonna kill it.
I
Obviously,
I do too, and it's I think what's gonna be tough to really battle with is that S price. I think that to me,
it's a wild card.
where Sony always wins is with games. Sony always comes out with games, and a lot of the times that always what wins the conference. That's what wins you know the hearts of gamers at times. Is the games, and if they come out and they have their price points and it's maybe not like perfect, I think if they come out and pack a punch with games and wording and being humble about it, like, then it doesn't, they don't have to like knock it out of the park, but if they can like come out and make a statement that they're still about games and they do want to make it accessible for everybody, then that's all it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Now beg for our money, Sony. Just kidding.
I know. That's the thing. I will pre-order a PS5.
Show
I
me
do not
Demon
know if I
Souls.
will. I don't know if I'll keep the pre-order. Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. If they're like Demon Souls early 2021, be like, okay, I'll buy it a lot.
They just come out and they just say Demon
That's
Souls.
literally. I bought the PS4 for Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I waited for that to until I bought it. So That's how they get me.
That's how they get you. Cool. Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they show, man.
Yes.
Seeing little like teases on Twitter from like Tidux and other people, like just little like eyeballs. Some people saying like they're gonna show price, date, games. Like just that sentence alone got me a little hyped. I'm just
That's
like,
good.
ooh, here we go.
Those are
Here
the
we
three
go.
things they need to show.
Yeah. Well, and then someone else tweeted like said that they already they already watched I guess someone that works there or like works on one of the games that they're gonna show there said like had tweeted that they already saw the video for the conference and that they have chills or something like that. I don't know. It's little things like that that got me like a little
Yeah,
hyped.
that's so silly. I think the
But
only video you need to watch in preparation for this is the video I made.
oh, I did watch
where
that. Did you not see my comment on your video?
Oh, I did. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did I? I don't know. Yeah. I basically edited the Eiffel 65, the blue Dabu Dee Dabu Da guys had a PlayStation song on that
Of
album,
course they did. Of course they did.
and I just edited it over that reveal video, which I hate that reveal video. It's so obnoxious. And with the symbols coming out of the sky, and I made it like forced 4x3 and
Yeah.
all pixelated. It's so good.
It's really
so
good.
It's
Really
so
good. You guys,
good.
you should go over to Ben's channel and watch that.
Yeah, go watch that. It's on my Twitter. I don't tweet a lot, so it's easy to find.
Yeah.
So good.
Cool. All right, Ben. Enough
Yes.
talk about these silly consoles.
Ugh.
All they just want to bleed us for our hard-earned cash.
I wish there
Tired
was
of this
something that
shit.
some company that wasn't selling us a console we could talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about GameStop. No, I'm just kidding.
They're not selling us anything.
Yeah. They're not up yet. We're not talking about them this week. We'll wait
No.
for their day.
Bring out your dead, though.
Yeah. Prepare. It's coming soon, I'm sure. Ubisoft Forward.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft? Isn't it Ubisoft?
No, it's you. It's supposed to be ubiquitous. Ubisoft.
Oh, fuck.
All right, start the whole show over. We gotta
Start it over. It's just been a shit show. No. Okay, Ubisoft. You know, I used to always say Ubisoft, but I've heard people say Ubisoft so much that I'm like, I'm saying it wrong, obviously.
They're wrong though. Yeah. No, I heard
damn
it from an official. Yeah. No, it's
Okay. Ubisoft Forward. We got some good news out of there. Not really. Yeah, we got some. So Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. I got excited for. It looks cool.
Okay.
Looks all right. It's definitely still very dated. It's not one of these Blue Point remakes, you know. It's definitely not like at that level, but it still looks like I'd have fun playing it again.
Right. I would. I went back and tried to play that game a couple of years ago, and it does not hold up at all.
It is rough.
It is rough, and the combat's bad, and the camera's bad. So that they just need to refine some of that and make it a little modern, and that sounds good to me. I loved this game back in the day, so I'm all in on this. I wish it hadn't leaked. That would have been a fun announcement.
Yeah. The movies on the Prince of Persia movies on Disney Plus.
I'm good.
I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I knew I was wrong, and I tried to correct it, and I still said it wrong.
Yeah, it's
Jakey Jigju.
I think I like it because it's a goofy, it's like goofy movie. Not like a goofy movie, like the actual goofy movie, but like
oh yeah,
that
would be different.
It's just the characters in it are kind of goofy.
Gosh, I'm rewinding time.
Yeah. Oh no, Donald. Oh,
Mickey. I'm Arabian now.
Yep. Yeah. He definitely did that.
He
definitely did that.
That's from the movie.
Yep. He did say that.
That was a clip.
Yep. All right, moving on.
Well,
Prince of Persia.
People are kind of being mean about that Prince of Persia remake and saying it doesn't look that good, and it doesn't look amazing. But people working on this, they're just being rude for no reason. So
yeah.
I mean,
I think we're getting a little too used to getting these like full blown remakes, like
right.
You know, like the Insane trilogy and Spyro and Shadow of the Colossus and stuff like that. So I think when we don't see something that looks as good as that, people are instantly like, "This looks like shit."
Like, meh.
Someone smeared shit on my lens, and this is what it looks like.
Why is it all blurry?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it looks fine. Just deal with it.
looks alright.
Would you rather not have it?
Some people probably saying yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's move on to, um, God, the name of this game.
Yeah, well,
Formally,
it is what it is.
formerly Gods and Monsters, which I thought was an alright name,
Yeah.
renamed to Immortals Phoenix Rising, which
Uh-huh.
sounds like every ad I see before a YouTube video for a
It's
mobile
definitely a
game.
mobile game that you see
Yeah.
on the side of a page. Yeah.
Yeah.
What confuses me about this title, not only is Phoenix spelled with an F and a Y, but it's Immortals Phoenix Rising and not Immortals Phoenix Rising. And it's also they had a opportunity here to name it Immortals Gods and Monsters. You know what I mean? Like they could have incorporated the old title into this, and they just
Yeah.
didn't.
Or
I
Gods and Monsters Phoenix Rising, because I think
Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix might be the character's name because of
It
the way
is,
it's
yeah.
spelled. So like yeah, what is going on here?
I don't know. That's a terrible title. And they even had that. I don't know if you watched it. They had at the beginning of it when they showed it. Like we just realized this was a much better title. What? Talking about? They had some bullshit statement the guy said. Like,
Oh
okay,
jeez.
you're making that up because no one likes this title. No one's ever liked this title.
It had to be some sort of like trademark issue.
Oh, it was 100%. But I don't know why they didn't know that before.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
whatever. And this is the Breath of the Wild game that they're making that I think looks really good.
I think it looks all right.
Um,
Yeah. Looks all right.
it's just Zelda, but without like the weapons don't degrade, and you kind of a little bit different, kind of Breath of the Wild with some Assassin's Creed.
A little bit of
Missed
everything. Yeah.
a little bit, a little bit of Ubisoft, everything thrown in.
Got a little bit of God of
I
War in
like it.
there. Got a little bit.
I like it a lot. I think they have that you play plus or something on PC where you could just pay $10 or $15 a month to get every game they have. So I'll just pay that for a month and I'll play this game.
So I played
There you go.
Jedi Fallen Order.
That yeah, exactly. It's exactly what you got to do.
Yep. When does that? So did they say when that comes out? Is that 2021?
Oh yeah, that's December 10th, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that date. Ooh.
I don't. I'm not even sure if I'm right. I know it's December, early December.
Okay.
I can look it up.
Okay. I just don't know if that's a good date to release a game. I mean, especially that game.
December 3rd. Yeah, I don't know.
That's not a good date for that game because you're already battling with the name. Like
The name is so bad.
the name is so bad that now you're gonna put it in a bad month to release a game because typically December is not a great month to release games.
Yeah.
And so
it's
now
still,
you're gonna put it like you need a I I mean with a name like that you really need to work. You need to put it in the best position to win and putting it out in December to die along with its
This would
name.
have been Immortals Phoenix Rising, shittiest name of a game ever. Should have come out July 3rd this year.
They probably Googled like what month is there not a game coming out with the name Immortals, and December 10th was the only day where that that was happening.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. I don't think December is great for this. It's the same way with like I don't think the end of October is great for Watch Dogs either. Um, Immortals, that honestly, that should have come out a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. That'd been perfect. Like that early August, there's nothing until Avengers, and people are either one way or the other on Avengers. So you could have had 2 months where it was like, wow, this Immortals game is Breath of the Wild. This is awesome. You could have had a moment with it after next gen and Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed and all this shit comes out. You're gonna be like, oh, did you play Immortals? Like, fuck no, I'm 200 hours into Cyberpunk. Go away. Like, it's missed its chance. You almost should delay that until next spring.
Yeah.
But whatever. Shitty title, shitty day. I'll still play it. I'm still excited to play it, but
Yeah. I'm really like okay, so I'm thinking about Watch Dogs now, and You know, I have no desire to play that game.
Neither do I.
It's just gone. Like I just like there's just no desire to play it.
I'm so interested in reviews and people's thoughts on that game, but playing it, I just don't like those games. That kind of Grand Theft Auto open world.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. So,
And
man.
then what else do we got? Assassin's Creed, which
Yep.
I already
Uh,
already already know what I'm getting with that. I already know.
right. I'm
And
getting that one with my computer. Actually, it was one of the add-on items like buy this CPU and you get Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm like,
oh,
okay.
nice. Okay.
Yeah,
But
so I'm
like
getting
even with that, right? You already know what you're getting with that game. You're getting an open
yeah,
world game that's going to be way too big with too many side quests and missions, too
yeah,
many
yeah.
icons on the screen, which like with Ghost of Tsushima, I have not even close to as big as Odyssey. I already feel pretty overwhelmed with that game that it's like enough for me that I wouldn't even want to touch another Assassin's Creed game until they start really kind of like bringing that in. Like really bringing that in and not making
I
these
think so
games
too.
as giant because they're only
How much,
competing with themselves at this point with that.
yeah. How much did you play of Odyssey?
Man, I probably put in at least 12 to 15 hours, got
Oh, okay.
through the first couple areas, completely
That's
cleared out the first area, started clearing out the second, and moved on to the third as I started moving the story along. And at a certain point, I was just like, this is too much. This is just too much.
yeah, I think we played I might have played a little bit less than you, but I came to the same conclusion.
Yeah, I just felt like I was wasting away playing the game. I was like, what am I doing?
No, it started to feel very much like chores and it was almost like you look at your desk table and you're like, okay, I got to pay that bill, and then I gotta look into that light. Like that's a weird light
Yeah.
fixture. What the fuck is that? Like, oh, and there's also this other thing. Did I ever change my registration for? Oh my god! And like that was what Assassin's Creed was this. Oh, this guy's chasing me, and that thing's happening, and there's three chests over here, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I have real life things to do. I can't do this here.
Yeah. Some of the like side quests were entertaining and a little memorable, but like there's just so much.
It's
There's
too
just too
much.
much. Yeah.
It's way too much. Like that game could have been a third of the size, and I would have been all over it. I think.
Yeah. I honestly think the size of Ghost of Tsushima is perfect for an open world game. Like they don't need to be a billion
I
hours.
agree.
Like maybe for other people, yeah, like because that might be the only game they have for like 3 months, or maybe they just have a lot more time to play games. But I just think
But
it's so much. You lose
I
it.
think the solution to that is you do everything on the map, and then you just go into a game menu and you say, respawn enemy encampments, make them harder, like put secret things for me to find again back in the world, like,
New
and then
game
you just play the
plus.
same shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a new
Yeah.
game plus, but it's the same game, and just do it that way instead of having your designers and artists make giant worlds that just it's so much. It's too
We
much.
just solved the crunch problem.
I like fuck really. This is what I've been saying for years. Oh, we got to raise the prices of games because AAA game development's got too expensive. Well, you make every fucking game 700 hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
expensive.
Make your game. Stop listening to the consumers.
Like maybe make it a little smaller. You think little Jimmy over there is not going to pay $60 for the next Assassin's Creed? He is. It doesn't matter if it's 40 hours or 400 hours. He don't play the same price for it. So stop making it 400 hours.
They need to look at the achievements and like trophies, like the percentages on those, because a lot
Mm,
of people don't complete games. So
right.
why the hell are they spending so much time making these games so huge?
And I think it'd be more exciting as a consumer if you make the game half the size, but you put it out. Like if you make the game every 3 years and it's a 100-hour game, what if you put the game out every year and a half and it was a 30-hour game? I
Yeah.
think that'd be more exciting. Like, oh, I got another one of these. Cool. And then it's just long enough for you to be satiated. It's not like, well, that overstayed its welcome. I think I'll skip the next one. You're like, oh yeah, I could do more. I could do more with that. And then it's out because it's smaller.
Yeah,
Makes
exactly.
sense to me.
We solved the problems in the game industry.
Fixed it.
We did it, everybody.
Next problem. Next problem. Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
Bad title.
Change your name back.
It should be Gods and Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
Oh, that title's so
It should
bad.
just be Monsters Rising.
What if they just change it to Monsters and Gods?
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be even funnier.
Problem solved, and don't release in December. Boom. We
Yeah,
fixed the
yeah.
world. All right, Ben, tell me about Riders Republic. What is
So
this?
Riders Republic is another Ubisoft game coming out in the next 6 months. Like all these games are coming out within the same 6 months. It's really weird. Likely before the fiscal year is over. Since I don't think Ubisoft has had a major release since last year. But anyway, this is from the Steep team, I believe, and a bunch of other studios because Ubisoft has 7,000 studios and they all kind of work together. And it's an extreme sports bonanza. There's bikes, there's snowboardy people. There's some other stuff I probably forgot, like not skydiving. What is that with the wingsuit? The wingsuit.
Oh, like oh dang, skydiving, paragliding,
No, it is. Well, it might be paragliding too, but there is
cliff
sky.
cliff
What are they?
diving,
The
something like that.
wingsuit. It is a wingsuit.
Wingsuiting.
Yeah, so they're like flying around. Anyway, it's like this
Oh,
giant
it's
open
just
world.
wingsuit.
Well, maybe it's not open world, but maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. But they showed a lot of it because they like to show a bunch of shit and not really explain the details I want. But it's extreme sports, going down hills and doing crazy shit. It seemed cool to me. If you want that type of game that's extreme sporty, which we do not get anymore, it reminded me of um, that Criterion game they showed off like 7 years ago, where it was you're riding a car and you're also doing this, and there's helicopters, and then never came out. Reminds me of that.
Is this like that game? Shit, is it the Crew? The Crew 2? But it's just bikes, skateboards, snowboards, and shit.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, where it is an open world, there's a bunch of people. It's a multiplayer bonanza, and everyone's biking or snow biking, whatever, sky hooking, whatever it is they do. Seemed cool though. I'm into this just because we do not get extreme sports games, and I can get that on that Ubisoft Plus whatever nonsense. You play, I don't know. I don't know what anything's called.
Comes out
But
February 25th,
yeah,
2025.
definitely look into it because I think it looked pretty cool.
That's all right.
Um, yeah, it's for a very particular audience. This is not
Yeah.
bringing over new fans.
Yeah.
But if you liked Skate or Tony Hawk or Steep or SSX, anything like that, it's worth looking into.
If you
Sure.
liked Too Extreme on the PS1, you would
No,
love this game.
yeah, I'll get that on backwards compatibility. Oh, I can't. Oh,
Oh, dang.
man.
Dang.
That's the thing that people talk about, this backwards compatibility. And it's like, well, it's just too difficult. Like, I can play Demon Souls on my PC in 4K through emulation. People have done it.
Yeah.
So don't give me this, it's too hard. They have the source code shit. They just don't want to do it. And I'm not sure I want them to do it. It took them 17 years to do the name change. I'm not sure if I want them to do it.
Yeah, they're not the best people to handle this.
Yeah, to be fair, I should expect way too much from them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great over there.
No.
Just work on your games, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
That's
do
fine.
that. Just do that. From the last few weeks of listening to old PS I Love You and with this whole thing with the PS4 not ever having backwards compatibility and their UI and the fucking jet that's sitting inside of my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And with the PS5 already pretty much most likely not being backwards compatible with anything but PS4, like, just work on your games, please. Just work on your fucking games. All right, Ben. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the news. Do you have anything else you want to talk about news-wise that...
No, I don't think there's... Besides all that, there wasn't really anything going on this week, I don't think.
Yeah, obviously the other stuff that was going on with the Ubisoft Forward stuff was the statement about the allegations and the whole drama about the fact that it was a video that was released not even attached to the conference.
We can't put the video on the conference. There's no way.
Yeah, you can put that shit in Premiere Pro, move it aside, shove the video in front of it, and then render.
Like, bro, I know you're just pressing play on OBS over here, so don't act like you're not. You could just put that and play it over it. Yeah. No one's going to be mad that it isn't, it wasn't connected in the same file. It's such bullshit because they could have started the pre-show with that, and no one would have said anything about it. They'd be like, "Oh, that's cool,"
Yeah,
and then not
no
show
one
the
would have
actual
watched it.
show.
Yeah, no one would
No,
have watched it
exactly.
anyways.
No one would have watched it. No one would have cared. No one would have said anything because Ubisoft would have been able to say, "We put it in front of the show," but they didn't put
Exactly.
it in front of the show. They would have done it in front of the pre-show. That's what I would have done because I'm fucking smart. Okay, I know how to trick all these weirdos. That would have tricked them all. They all would have been like, "Well, I wish it was in front of the show, but at least they showed it." Boom, nailed it. Do it before the pre-show. No one gives a shit about your stupid pre-show anyway. I didn't even watch it.
They played
I got
Brawlhalla,
hella
I
free time.
think. I think I watched them play Brawlhalla for like 5 seconds, and I was like, okay, I thought there was gonna be some trailers or something, but I'm out.
There were trailers right before the show started.
Cool.
Dude, they could have snuck that in there. No one would have noticed. And I wish they did it during the show. They did. Oh, you just didn't see it. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
And
Where were you guys?
they would have looked on the right.
Mm. Nah, they still
But
wouldn't
no,
have.
no, no one thought.
Well, yep.
Everyone's an idiot.
All right. Well, let's move on then, because we played some games. Ben, why don't you start? Tell me about Tell Me Why.
Okay. So I played the Tell Me Why. Oh, I wrote down how long it was. It's about 10 hours. Um,
No shit.
maybe a little bit longer, like 11, not like 12 or 10 to 11 hours, I think. I got all the collectibles. I gotta say, I love the art style and the art. There's the artists over there knocked it out of the park with this game. It is beautiful. Now I am playing on PC, on the PC that works in air quotes, and it's like in 4K. It looks so. Some of these backgrounds are in Alaska. Some of these backgrounds look photo real. Like I think they just took pictures and put them up. It's beautiful, and they do a lot of fun cinematography stuff with this game that I don't think always works, but I do appreciate it. Um, but the collectibles are these little wood carvings, and they're amazing. There's this kind of motif, I guess, where these twins, when they were little, they kind of pretended they were goblins, and so there's all these little fairy tales of them being goblins and stuff. And so all the collectibles are little goblin figurines, or like this is the whatever beaver, and he's done in this little style. And I love the style; it's so cool. I don't know, that just stuck out to me so much. Was that the style of these collectibles is I want them as little figures to put on a stand somewhere. They're so cool. Um, and the rest of like the UI, everything visual, I really enjoyed about this. I think Don't Nod is clearly stepping up. This is a big leap over obviously the first Life is Strange, but even the second one in terms of detailed environments and all of that. It's still the same game, right? You're just talking to people and wandering around, investigating cans of soup, and then the character makes a little comment, and they put the soup can back on the shelf. Um, so that hasn't changed, and if you didn't like the other games, I don't know if you're really gonna like this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I really did. I think it's obvious. There's several concessions they made to make this game as quick as they did. It's not like there are a ton of different areas you go to. You kind of go to the same, I don't know, 3 or 4 places a lot. Um, but being that it's a 10-hour game and it makes sense for the plot, okay. And I'd rather you just put more work into the story than make new environments all the time, even if you're there for 5 minutes. Uh, so the story, I don't know. Should I go into the story at all? Because I do think it's fun to experience it. It's these twins. Um, their mother attacked them when they were 10 ish. I'm bad with, I think it was 10. And they killed her in self defense. This is the very beginning of the game.
Okay.
Um, and so this is them 10 years later going back and selling the house and dealing with that. And what I really liked about this when I talked about Life is Strange the other week as being one of my favorite games of all time. But what I don't like about it is the whole town's gonna get destroyed. And there's like the stakes end up getting way too big. In this game, the stakes remain very small. And it is so much about just that interpersonal relationship between the twins and the people of this small podunk town in Alaska. And I like that. It does make it feel less exciting in a way where, oh, the stakes are, what if this guy doesn't like you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's considerably less than the town being destroyed. So there's a little bit of like, okay, I'm interested in seeing where this mystery goes and unraveling all the secrets. And I think that was satisfying, and I totally enjoyed the entire ride. I really liked it, but it does have the like, well, this was very small in the grand scheme of things. But I do think that's the direction where I want this to go, and I really liked I liked that. I liked seeing these characters and they deal with their problems, and it's all this 10-year-old issues, and everyone in this town's so quiet and they don't want to talk about it, and it's really cool. It has the same problems and things I like about the other Life is Strange or Don't Nod games. I think it's totally worth it. It's on Game Pass. I think you should play it. I think everyone should play it. I think it's really good. It's not super incredibly long. There's plenty of twists and turns along the way in it, um, and it ends in a way that is satisfying. And it doesn't end with like, and this was the killer. And, oh my gosh! Oh no! It changes everything. It ends, and you're like, okay, that's what happened. Yeah, I figured that's what happened, and people get closure and in interesting ways, and there's kind of this mechanic of you remembering things from the past with your sibling. You play between both of them, back and forth,
Okay.
and you'll be remembering memories, and then it'll be like, I remember this differently, and then you like see the other version, and they kind of get to choose of, well, did that happen or did the way you remember it happen? And you get to pick, and it doesn't really change anything except for in their own minds of like, oh, I guess so and so was mad about that, or no, the other person was the aggressor. They were just trying to diffuse it, and it's pretty cool. It's really well done, I think, and like I said, the art, the style of it, I really enjoyed. Um, the only complaints I have really are some of there's not a lot of side characters, and some of them I'm like, I don't really care about you at all. Um, and the other thing is there's a lot of investigating the environment and being like, well, what's this? And they'll say a little sentence about it. I had a lot of instances of someone else interrupting that, and so I missed dialogue because some other dialogue started in the distance or whatever, or accidentally walked too far and then I triggered something else. So that happened a fair amount, but it wasn't. It was like it wasn't big moments. It was more like these are weird chips on this table. Like it wasn't super important. But that did happen a fair amount.
Okay. Would
But
you say
I
it's
liked it a lot.
more? Would you say it's more sci-fi or thriller mystery?
There's sci-fi elements
Okay.
because the twins can talk to each other in their minds. Spoilers.
Oh, okay.
It's very early again. Uh, and they have that remembering the what happened mechanic as well. So that's kind of sci-fi, but it is more thriller. There's the end of the first episode is like straight up a thriller horror movie ending, and I'm like, this came out of nowhere, and then it ends up kind of uh not being a horror game, but still, it has moments of like, that's a little creepy. Why is this so creepy? Definitely a mystery thriller, but like on the lowest sense of the word
Okay.
overall.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like this is something that I could play with my wife that she would enjoy to play through, kind of like Until Dawn.
I think so. Yeah, I think yeah, and it raises obviously that one of the twins is transgender, and it deals with that I think in a very good way, um, where it's not like it's just part of the story, and it is integrated in the story very very well. And I guess I can't really say anymore because it'd be spoilers, but
Yeah.
uh, it is interesting and unique in that respect, and a lot of other ways too. I think it's worth it. It's a good 10-hour thing to do. It was a nice break from Doom. Very different game.
Nice. 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 Cool. 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 All right. Well, I would really like to talk about this next game. So you've probably have you heard of this game called Among Us?
This is the one where like someone's a killer secretly, and you got to pretend to not do the thing.
Yes.
I'm
So
vaguely aware of it. Yes.
okay. So I watch a lot of it on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that because it's entertaining. I watch the people that I used to watch play like TFT and stuff like that have been playing a lot of it. So I've been watching them and I decided to finally just play it. I was like, you know what? I'm in the mood for a new game that isn't anything else I've been playing, and I just wanted to kind of give it a shot. So I played it with like my kids because they're really into watching it and playing it as well. And it's pretty fun. So basically, like I'll use playing with my kids as an example because it was 4 of us. One person is the imposter. When the game starts, the instructions are nobody talks. So nobody talks. Everyone has tasks to do. The killer has to basically kill without being seen. And so as you're running around doing tasks and trying to basically complete all your tasks so that you win, the killer is going around trying to kill everybody. At least he has to at least kill, I think it's like majority of the room and that'll like just make it a win. Like, so if there's for 4 people, if 2 of the people are killed, it's an automatic win because only one person's left, so they can't vote you out or anything. But basically, like the great part of this game is if you can get a group of people together that you know, like you could have just such a fun time deliberating. Because if you see a body, you click a report button, and then everybody gets called into this basically discussion area. And then everyone has to start basically trying to deliberate, like, okay, who was where? How do you know it was this person? Like, basically trying to figure out who is the imposter, who killed someone. And other people will try to, like, almost, like, set you up. Even though you're innocent, they will try to set you up to be the imposter so that you get voted off and ejected out of the ship. And once you're dead, like, the rule is you don't talk. So you can still run around and do tasks as a ghost and help your team win while the imposter still goes around and kills. Like, it's taken on this like crazy kind of like Fall Guys, right? Fall Guys came out and just took over. And Among Us was starting to do that around the same time that Fall Guys came out, but it has just completely taken over now. A game that's been out for over 2 years.
Yeah.
That's like $5 on Steam and free to play on mobile is huge right now. Like, and honestly, like if you find one content creator to watch and just watch them play, it's pretty entertaining. Like if you watch this guy's Toast play, he's one of my favorite ones to watch because he is really his IQ level playing this game is so high. And like because he's not only is he really good at convincing people that he's not imposter, he's really good at like framing innocent people. And one of the other nights, I think it was Friday night, it was him in a group with like Ninja and Dr. Lupo and like so the top streamers across like the platforms. Probably one of the most intense like nights of watching this game that I've like experienced. And at one point, Ninja had bet his left nut that Disguised Toast was guilty. And so he ended up being wrong. And so as they lost the game, Disguised Toast jumps back on and starts yelling at Ninja to send him his left nut. And he's going to frame it on his wall. Like, it was such an epic moment. God. Like, honestly, the game's probably a lot more fun to watch than it is to play, but it's still pretty fun to play, like, with friends. Even if you don't use, like, a Discord chat to play, you could still use the chat box and type in, like, what you saw, who you think it is. I've been having a good time just playing with my kids and just kind of getting to play the game and getting to get familiar with it. You can play online with, like, random people, and that's not too bad. A lot of people just like leave as soon as they're killed as imposter, or they'll just leave. Like, so that's the kind of rough part. That's why you kind of want to find a group of people to play with. But I gotta say, man, it's just crazy that two of the biggest games this year are like party games. It's just crazy to see it.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
great
think
content
I
out there.
I think I saw someone play this, like you're saying, years ago.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. It just blew up. Obviously, like when the top content creators on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that start playing a game like this, then it takes over and it
Yeah.
it blows up like this. Kind of like every time they pick up Minecraft, suddenly Minecraft's big again. Um, but yeah, it's really fun. I think overall, I've just had a good time kind of playing it with my kids because they get super into it, and they're really bad at like my two younger kids are really bad at like keeping a straight face when they're imposter.
Hmm.
But my older son, he's getting really good at being imposter because you can go into vents and like pop out at random vents around the map and just kill people and then hop back in and end up on the other side of the map so that you don't look guilty. So
Huh.
it's pretty cool. It's fun to just get together and play, even if it's just like you and a few friends. Like even like you and maybe like three other people that you know on your friends list on Steam. Get in a game and just play together. It can be pretty fun. And that's all I got for
Good.
Among Us. But yeah, what else you got?
Really only played Majora's Mask a little bit. Um, I'm almost to the fourth dungeon. There's kind of a lot to do, and I was doing side quests and all this nonsense.
Nice.
Um, Nothing major to report there. Nothing Majora to
Majora,
report there.
Mahora.
I did start. I forgot to put on a list. I started last night Divinity Original Sin 2
Ooh,
because I got that from GameFly
nice. On what
on
console?
Xbox
Okay, cool.
on a console that's not loud. Although I will say this game makes my Xbox the loudest I've ever heard it. Still not as loud as the PS4.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not even loud as when the PS4 is quiet, to be honest with you. Which is very upsetting. But it's really cool. It's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Just kind of that
that
old
game,
school Planescape torment.
that game is so deep, dude. It is
That game, yeah,
insane. It's insane.
it's so cool though. The way it's since the only other one I've played is Planescape Torment or Planescape.
Planescape.
Yeah, it's Planescape. That's the only other one I played. And that's technically a 25-year-old game that was they just added controller support to. So it's nice to be playing the same type of game, but that is more modern. Um, I really like it so far. Like really, really, really like it so far. But it's annoying when you go and these games always do this shit where you're in the first town and you go down the wrong street and then someone bursts out of the wall and just kills you. Like, oh, I guess I just can't go that way. And then now I got to redo a bunch of shit because the autosave was from 10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah, yeah,
right. Yeah. So I'm basically auto saving after every major discussion with a person
yeah,
because otherwise I'll just go down the wrong hallway and suddenly an assassin's there and he kills me. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm at the beginning of the game. Like, I understand why this is here, but not for me wandering around with like a stick wearing a bucket for a hat. Like, come on.
yeah.
I got shook down by these guys playing cards, and I resisted and I fought them and I killed one of them, and then the other two killed me. So then I had to redo what I had played up to that point, and I got back to them again. And this time I just told them like, I don't have anything to my name. Leave me alone. And they left me alone. But it's like, seriously, come on. This is the beginning of the game. You
Yeah.
can't just have insta kill or like maybe they almost kill me and then you stop the fight and they just take my money. That would have made sense
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
They're not just gonna kill me in the middle of the street like with magic and shit. They're throwing like fire bombs. These people are just destroying this town because I didn't want to pay them 100 gold. Like, come on, didn't even make any sense. But it's really cool. It's totally D&D, but yeah, a video game, and I'm excited to get more party members to branch that out, which I think is happening hopefully soon. But it is a very big game, a very
Yeah.
deep game, and I do not want to really get into that, so I'll probably just play for like 20, 30 hours and then send it away.
Yeah. I've been tempted to get that on PC over and over again every time. Like it's on, I think it's on sale for like $20 or something. I've been
Yeah.
tempted because it's one of those games that like I really want to get into because of how deep it is and how all the things I hear about it. Because I have Original Sin on PS4, and I played it and I started it and I was like, man, this is kind of hard to play on console. And it's like every time I play it, I'm not getting super into it because there's always something else that I'm playing. And I know this game really, really needs your attention when you play it. And I know it's just like too late. Like there's too much for me to
Right.
play right now. I already have too much on my plate to play. I don't have the hours to get into this game, but I've always been tempted, and I think it's out on Switch, isn't it? Is it not out on
It is
Switch?
on Switch. Yeah. I
Fuck,
can't imagine
maybe.
how. Yeah.
Ah, man, maybe that's the right move there for me for that
I
game.
to me, I'm gonna play this, like I said, for 20, 30 hours and be done with it. But as soon as the next game comes out from
Oh
them,
yeah, yeah.
I will be there day one.
So I thought the people that made Original Sin and Original Sin 2 are the ones that are working on Baldur's Gate
I
3.
believe you're right.
Okay, so maybe we'll just wait for that.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I play this for a
Yeah.
couple weeks and then I wait for that and I just dive straight into it.
Yeah, because I think they're using that what is it, the D&D system. Like they're I believe that's what they're using. Like the
It's totally D&D. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's obviously it's modified and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not. I don't know all the rules for D&D.
Yeah, me
Like,
either, me either.
but but I know enough to know like yeah, this is pretty much D&D.
Yeah, one of my coworkers who's extremely into D&D and very much diehard like all these like he's like I remember he had put hundreds of hours into Original Sin 2. He's so gung ho about Baldur's Gate 3. Like he's so excited about it and he hyped me up so much about it the other day and I was like, "Fuck, I don't remember even beating any Baldur's Gate games ever." Like so I don't
I
even
don't
know
know
why
if
I'm
I've
so
ever
hyped.
played one.
I remember playing one. I don't remember which one it was, but I was like, I know I like those games. I just don't know if I have the hours for it. I'll have
Yeah.
to wait till I retire someday when I'm like,
Oh, that'd be a perfect retirement game. Just sit
yeah,
there all day.
boom, man, one of these days.
It's really cool. It's a really cool game.
Cool.
That's it. I haven't really played anything. I didn't play any Neo 2. Did I? No, no, I don't
No.
think I did. No.
I finally got back to Ghost of Tsushima. I played a lot of it. I'm still in Act 2, but I'm ready to do like the final mission in Act 2.
Got it.
But I've just been kind of working my way and clearing out the second map or the second island, I guess, second territory. I
Mm-hmm.
fully upgraded my the armor that you get, like the family armor with the Ghost of Tsushima symbol or
Did you
whatever.
get the trophy?
I did get the trophy, I believe. I think so. Yeah, he's got like the antlers and shit now, right, on the
Well, for
helmet.
the streak,
I don't know. What do you mean?
because like the family armor gives you bonus standoff kills. So if you get five, I think it's
Oh,
five
I don't have that one
standoff
yet.
kills,
I
yeah, you
have
get a
because
trophy.
I can do 3 currently, so I haven't done a standoff yet with it. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, well, make sure you have to upgrade the skill tree too.
Okay, maybe I still need to do that. Okay.
It's a trophy.
I'll get the trophy, man. I think I'll platinum this game because now that I've been clearing out everything and just running around, just having a good time doing that. I think my
Yeah,
problems with the game are pretty much gone. Like, because the whole part with fighting groups of people was really frustrating until you get those extra moves. Then it becomes just fun because then I'm just like, I'm just destroying these idiots. They're coming up to me. Even the straw hat guy's coming up to me. I'm just like, I'm just wrecking these fools.
mm,
I'm just tapping L1 R1 at the same time and just sliding over quickly to them. I'm going ghost mode and just slicing the fuck out of these dudes. I just need to hit 20 so that I can get the trophy for it. Like some of these it's just fun now. Some of
cool.
the one thing I don't like is some of the traversing is a bit annoying.
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of instances where, oh, just jump over here to that thing, and like he would jump somewhere else, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I'm getting some Assassin's Creed flashbacks on some of the jumping and then
Yeah,
like
but like Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah, and then like some of the fall damage, I'm like, dude, that wouldn't even hurt me in real life. What is going on here?
Like I could do that.
Like I could take that jump. I just, but yeah, the game is really good. I'm starting to come around on it a lot, and it did take a lot longer than expected, but I am really
Yeah.
enjoying it. I'm like, I think I've fully upgraded almost all the armor now. I'm almost done fully upgrading the sword. I've got a lot of the armor and dyes, like, or the dyes for the armor and the bow, like the different things. Like I've just been playing the shit out of that game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yep. And then I played a little bit more Spiritfarer. I just I added like 2 more crewmates. I upgraded a lot of the buildings, added more of the buildings, made the boat bigger. That game is still very delightful. There's like a wall that you hit in that game because you need to basically do a lot more tasks before you can break through some of the barriers in it to get further across the map because you're kind of sailing around in this like ocean.
Okay.
I still need to get back to it, but I do really like that game, and I'm excited to play more of it. I just focused a lot more on Ghost of Tsushima this past week, and I didn't even touch Final Fantasy. I'm sad.
Wow.
Sad face. I'm sad, but yeah, that's all it for me.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I guess that's gonna do it for us this week. We'll be back next week with the recap on the PlayStation showcase. Anything else you want to add, Ben?
No, I just think it's funny because this will come out like hours before that.
Yeah. I think I think what I might do is probably get this up maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay.
I think I want to get it up early just cuz I know the PlayStation thing's coming pretty quick. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how Monday goes for me.
No promises.
No promises. Anyways, that's going to do it for us this week on Final Checkpoint, the podcast here weekly for you guys to recap video game news and react to some of the games that we're playing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. Make sure you guys are following us on Twitter at The Joelness, at Ben Runnings. Make sure you're subscribing to the podcast on all podcast services. Make sure you're following twitch.tv/LastCheckpoint so you can watch us live. Make sure you're heading over to the Game Fanatics so you can find us there too. And don't forget to also send in your questions and comments to finalcheckpointpod@gmail.com. Send in anything you guys want to ask us. We're here to answer those questions. Don't forget, we'll be here next week. We'll catch you guys. Enjoy. Goodbye.
And don't forget to watch my video. I spent at least 2 hours working on.
Yes, youtube.com/BenReacts. Head over there, watch it. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. I like the music. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Shu to come out with some glow sticks, have his shirt off.
Yeah.
Couple
That's right.
Vitas.
That was the comment. Now
Yeah. Maybe a necklace made out of a couple PSPs and some Vitas. Like, come on.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe
Just shirtless though.
Some of those Vita memory cards, like.
Oh, that'd be a good necklace.
It'd
like,
be
you make a necklace out of it.
Have them come out with a grill made out of PSP memory cards and PS Vita memory cards. Like it'd be all great. It just give it to us.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. All right, that's it.